Philip was meant to meet an alien called Janus. Literally, he was due to have a meeting with a real-life alien, as apparent king of UFOs had a huge intrigue in the phenomena, even reportedly having witnesses of UFOs come to Buckingham Palace to talk to him directly about what they'd encountered. This is crazy. This is so crazy that I can't even spit English words. So this came from an article from the Metro, and it says Prince Philip was meant to meet an alien called Janus in a Chelsea flat. By the way, what a place to meet. Like, imagine Prince Philip just turning up at a Chelsea flat just to meet an alien. Business, please, sir. I'm here to meet Janus the alien. Come on, man. Anyway, so Prince Philip was meant to be the alien called Janus at a flat in Chelsea. A new documentary has casually claimed, as you do, the King of UFOs, which will be streaming on Amazon and Tubi on September 20th, described how the late Duke of Edinburgh and engineering background made him passionate about all things extraterrestrial. So meeting an alien was an offer that the husband of the Queen Elizabeth struggled to refuse, apparently. The filmmaker Mark Christopher Lee told Metro.co.uk that the meeting was arranged by the Prince's top aide at the time, Sir Peter Horsley. In quotes, Horsley actually met this Janus entity in a flat in Chelsea in 1954, and he claimed that it had an ethereal, otherworldly quality, and it could read his mind, and exact information about flying saucers, Lee said. The pair were penciled to meet at a flat along Smith Street, a small residential road about 10-minute walk from what is now Sloane Square Tube Station, on a winter's evening, casually as you do. Horsley wanted Philip to meet with this Janus, as Janus had a message to give him, and the world needed saving, as Philip was the man of great vision, Lee added. Philip didn't go to the meeting, and it's most likely that Janus could have been a Russian spy, but Horsley stuck to his belief that Janus was not of this world. In the documentary, Lee adds, "It could have happened. It's a very, very strange encounter." Horsley did mention this possible close encounter in his memoir, Sounds from Another Room, in which he described a serious Mr. Janus with an intimate knowledge of aliens that UFO experts have widely interpreted as being extraterrestrial, or as Lee suggests, probably a, quote, Russian spy. Experts in the documentary, such as Nick Pope, who have investigated UFOs during the time at the Ministry of Defence, said that the monarchy has long had an interest in things not of this world. Prince Philip has very much been at the forefront of the royal interest in this, said Pope. The Duke allegedly became enthralled by flying saucers after a spaceship landed in the Hampshire estate garden of his unclear Lord Mountbatten in 1955. Mountbatten, who had personally investigated this and was impressed by the amount of credibility of the witnesses, who was one of his own witnesses, Pope said in the documentary, of the Lord's bricklayer Fred Briggs. Royal aides have previously described how the Duke was subscribed to the bi-monthly journal Flying Saucer Review and asked his former assistant Sir Peter Horsley to keep him in the loop with any UFO sightings from the RAF. Haunted Skies, the Encyclopedia of the British UFO and Holt Perspective, were just some of the books reportedly on Philip's bookshelf. The Mirror even reported in 1986 Prince Philip had been keen a UFO follower for the past 36 years. Government records show that officials took UFOs just as seriously as in the 1950s. Ministers even met weekly with the intelligence official to discuss them, files show. In 1957, the government received reports detailing one UFO sighting a week. That's insane. What we don't know, and perhaps one of the biggest unanswered questions, is to what extent King Charles III has inherited any of the documents, any files, the books, the magazine, and most of all, perhaps the interest, adds Pope. Lee, however, has an inkling that the monarchy may also want to know if the truth is out there. They've got to know, surely. I have also been told by a source who unfortunately can't be revealed that Charles has had his own UFO sighting. and that this source is a contact with Charles exchanging correspondence regarding UFOs and other strange phenomena, the filmmaker said. That's amazing. While Pope didn't exactly work with Agent Mulder in some shadowy basement during his time at the Ministry of Defense, officials documenting a sightings from 1997 to 2009, cigar saucers, coffins, and blinking blobs were among the strange objects seen zipping over British skies. The grammar in this article is awful. Sightings peaked in 2006 with officials receiving 643 on their hotline. A Shadow 2000 study undertaken by the Defense Intelligence, a military spy agency called Project Codine, found nothing to suggest any of the 10,000 UFOs or UAPs, as the agency preferred that they are called. Officials examined our spaceships. Most were stray Chinese lanterns, the report concluded. Of course they were. About 1 in 2 Britons believe aliens exist, and nearly 1 in 10 claim they've seen a UFO in 2020 in a 2021 YouGov poll found. That's incredible. So to think that Prince Philip had a huge interest in UFOs and aliens, and he just like studied them, and he had such a keen interest that if anything went on in the RAF, he wanted to be made aware of it. And then suddenly King Charles III, has apparently had his own UFO encounter. Like, what the F? Let's take a look at this little video here, which really outlines the true nature of the prince's, or the duke's, interest in UFOs.
Prince Philip was reportedly very interested in UFOs and was even close to meeting one himself. In a new documentary, The King of UFOs, a story is retold of the time the late Duke of Edinburgh was due to meet an alleged alien called Janus, which had already met with Philip's equerry Sir Peter Horsley beforehand.
Wild.
Horsley said the alien wanted to talk to the Duke, however the meeting never took place. In his book Sounds from Another Room, Sir Peter, who served as the Duke's equerry from 1949 to 1956, said Philip was extremely interested in UFOs and even asked him to bring witnesses to Buckingham Palace for private discussions. Philip reportedly spent the summer of 2019 reading The Hawke Perspective, which tells the story of Rendlesham Forest incident, dubbed Britain's Roswell, where a number of strange lights were spotted at Raff Woodbridge, Suffolk, in 1908. One serviceman claimed they got within touching distance of a craft of unknown origin in the forest. The Duke, who was also fond of looking after the environment, had a number of other books on extraterrestrials in his collection,
Wild.
including Haunted Skies, the Encyclopedia of British UFOs. According to The Sun, the Duke's interest in UFOs first began after an incident experienced by his uncle Lord Mountbatten, who wrote an official report about a silver spaceship reportedly landing on his Broadlands estate in Romsey, Hampshire in 1955. The report, which was kept secret until after Lord Mountbatten's death in 1979, told the story of how bricklayer Fred Briggs spotted the craft hovering above the ground. A figure dressed in overalls and a helmet was then said to have emerged from the bottom of the vehicle, before Briggs was knocked off his bike and pinned to the ground by an unseen force. Philip's interest in UFOs is believed to have lasted up until his death in 2021, aged 99.
Like, how crazy is that? That he's literally, like, he was due to meet an alleged alien. Like, what? Unfortunately, it never took place because, well, I'm assuming, officials around Prince Philip were like, maybe this isn't such a great idea. What if it's a Russian spy? What if it's X, Y, and Z? There were probably a lot of safety concerns surrounding it. Whereas if they could get the alien into Buck Palace, probably would have been a very different story. But imagine Prince Charles just rocking up to a flat in Chelsea and just being like, yo, here to see the alien? And then they're like, oh yeah, Janus is just in the back. Crazy stuff, man. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Oh man, I want to know more about this. I can't wait for that documentary to drop. I'm going to check it out. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. We're down there. Be sure to jump scare the hell out of that like button. And until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.